Hello, it's Jimmy White here. I'm very sorry I can't be there this evening, but I hope you have a great night. Thank you very much.
Okay, Jimmy, thank you very much for agreeing to meet us. Just like to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
Basically, one of the questions that one of the guys on the forum has asked is, what was the worst for you? Was it the unknown entity of being diagnosed with cancer? Was it the thought of having to have chemotherapy? Or was it the surgery? Which sort of point more?
It was all my situation with testicular cancer was also very quick. I was abroad and I was having a shower and I felt something unusual. I got back and on the plane I was, I checked it again and it felt very unusual. So I got off the plane, literally went to see my doctor. He checked it out and said, "We're going to send you to the hospital now." So I literally, within 72 hours of finding something abnormal, I was under surgery. So it all was a very quick situation for me. But it's so important for, especially young boys, the stigma of like not telling their parents, or you're not telling their friends, and then all of a sudden they're waiting and waiting, and it's going, they must tell their parents. If they don't want to tell their parents, they must go and tell their doctor, or phone up certain helplines. Because people, especially young boys, they're very sort of, how can you say, taboo about explaining what it is. But that's the main thing that we've got to get out
there. And then, which did you find was the more difficult for you personally? Was it the physical side or the mental side of having to, go through the actual process of, be it the surgery, the chemo, which was more, more probably strenuous for you in terms of?
Well, it was the mental side because, at the time I didn't actually even tell anybody, I just went and had it all done myself. And then I sat there in the hospital and you realise, it puts it in perspective of life. But it's a big thing mental, I wouldn't, if I was to advise anybody now, I'd say to tell your family, to tell your friends, and help them, go through it with you, your surgery or your chemo, whatever the procedure may be.
And would you say that since you've had that done, that you've got a totally different outlook on life in general, or?
Yeah, well, mine has been 18 years now, and so it's a long time, and I don't, 16 years. I don't have to go for any tests now, and. But my outlook in life is obviously, when you have a near-death, could possibly be a near-death experience, you do change your attitude towards life. But testicular cancer is one that it hits a lot of young people in this country. Obviously, it hits other men as well, but young people are the ones that I want to get across to get yourself checked and don't be embarrassed about it.
I mean, in Bristol, we're very lucky. We have a TC-specific nurse, which is Sue Brand, who's also the chairwoman of our forum. Yep. She's very proactive in her role that she actually does within the UBHT, the United Bristol Healthcare Trust. Did you have a specialist nurse in your area where you were? And if not, do you think that all of the UK should have a specialist within the area?
Well, of course, it's unbelievable. I was in my doctor that I see was called Professor Hodgkinson, and he was an expert in the type of cancer that I had, which was called Lady Lig, which was really unusual. Not many tumours are found with this type of cancer. It's a very, very rare. So there was a lot of people interested in it, but my hospital that I got dealt with was the Royal Marsden, which there's two. There's one in West London and one in Sutton, and of course you have to have a specialist nurse. This Professor Hodgson only come once a month.
Yeah, I think generally throughout the UK at the minute there's only 6 big testicular clinical germ cell nurses, which when you think of the size of the UK is not massive, and like you say, there's 2 there straight away, and around the London area.
Let's hope the Conservatives don't make it 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and then just the one to finish up with. Do you think that Snooker Loopy by Chaz and Dave was still the greatest record ever.
Unbelievable record. I was unlucky because I wasn't with Matchroom when Snooker Loopy was up. It was Steve Davis, and that went to #6 in the charts. And then, as you all try and get on the bandwagon, we made one called the Romford Rap, and only my mum bought one from me. So
they didn't break into the top 40 then?
No, no joy. No.
All right, okay. Well, look, thank you ever so much indeed for your time.
Pleasure. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Cheers.
Snooker Loopy, that's all we